Good afternoon, everyone. Let's start with our class today for IELTS. And today it's going to be like as we just finish off the week with the reading. So today we will be doing the listening, the full test, that 240 question, all the four sections. First of all, this class is provided by CECA, and it is free of the cost class. So we run this session for IELTS class from every Monday to Friday. The timing is 2 to 4 the Melbourne time. Besides that, we do have the PTE and NATI CCL classes also. Different slots are available for them, and if you want to know about those classes, want to share that information with any other friend, so this is the number on the screen you can use and get the links for the classes and the timing as well. And also we have education counseling, which is free. We have migration counseling, which is free. And we do offer the overseas health cover, which is lowest in price. And besides that, if anybody after the Canada immigration process, so that counseling is also free, and the eligibility check for the Canada immigration is also free. If you want to assess your document, the offices are open. You can call and come. You can come straight away as well. And for the addresses and everything, you can just call on the number or text on the number, or maybe you like the Facebook page and get all the details up there. So starting with the class today for IELTS, as it is going to be the listening class. Listening is like, it is same for the academic and the general student. So one of my student appeared for the exam on Friday, and they got the listening, which is having the MCQ in second and third section, and the first and fourth, like it was a mixture of the question. So as I told, because the student which I can see, they have also attended the earlier sessions. So it's like sometime the two section, they can consist of the MCQ only. So we have to pay attention if you feel like this is your weaker area, right? If you feel like the MCQ, I generally don't get them easily, right? So that's where you stuck on. So just work on them, because sometimes it, like majority of the cases, if reading is fine, if you feel reading was okay, it was fine, every topic was there, answer was like I was finding the answers very quickly, so that means listening is going to be little hard, right? So this is like how they conduct the examination. This is the journal criteria they follow. And the writing topic, as I mentioned in the WhatsApp group as well, it was related to like majority of people spend time on the shopping, and instead of that, what activities youngsters can spend their free time on, right? That was kind of the essay. And letter was related to, like, as you are a routine traveler of the train, so what sort of problems you are facing while traveling. So you can look for this essay and this letter. This was the recent and the Friday exam. One is appearing today, so as I'll be getting the information from that guy, I'll be sharing that here tomorrow, right? Yeah, and the speaking was quite easy as well. So what was that topic? It just skip off my mind. I'll just remember it, or maybe check in my phone, and I'll be letting you know what was the topic of the speaking. All right, so listening. First of all, this is going to be the first module you will be doing on the test day, followed with reading, and then listening, followed with reading and then writing. So it is same for academic or journal candidate. There is no difference. We will be doing 4 section and 40 questions altogether. You want me to add in a WhatsApp group? I can share the link here as only in the chat box after a few minutes. You can use that link on your phone. Open this link and you'll be directly into the WhatsApp group, and then you'll be added up, right? Automatically by the link, by using link. Okay, there are 4 section and 40 question. The first 2 section, they will be of the social context. The conversation you will be hearing, they will be related to the journal routine life related one. Like the first one, it is normally a form completion. It could be a note completion, a form completion sort of activity. So there will be 2 people talking over the phone, in person, and sharing details. One person will be asking the question, the other person will be answering those questions, right? So here the details you will be noting down is gonna be the name, numbers, postcodes, dates, right? And information in regards to that specific thing you are talking about, right? So 10 questions in this section will be like these sort of. And here the more important thing is the word limit. how much word they are asking you to answer in, or they want you to include some. Yes, sure. I'll be sharing the link here, Amit, and iPhone, Jashan, I guess, right? So I'll be sharing the link here, guys. You can use that link and directly you will be added up into that group, right? Because whenever I get update regarding what test was there in the exam last time, so I just posted up there. Surely I'll be adding you guys. I'll be just sharing link to, I mean, towards the end of the class, I'll be doing that. Okay, the section one, yeah. So the first 10 question, and of course the whole listening, like the one section, it is not played together. So maybe you are hearing the listening in two slots. So two audios you will be hearing in one section, but for fourth section, this is not true. It will be long, lengthy, one conversation, one audio altogether, right? So the first section, there will be two people, two speakers, and it will be a conversation sort of. And what is the word they are asking you to write your answer in, or they want you to include any number or not, or it could be a mixture of both. That what you need to focus on. As the first section is easy, but that word, that the format of the answer matters here. So singular, plural are the common mistake here, not gelling up with the format they are asking you to answer in is the common mistake here. And then spellings, definitely you need to go for the spellings if there are any names, and specifically definitely there are names in the first 10 question. The first name will be given and the last name or surname you are hearing and listening, and they always spell out the name. So while they are spelling out the name, you must pay full attention and write down each alphabet correctly so that you're not losing that mark, because these 10 marks are easy to score. They are the score booster, the first two section. The more you can get score here, definitely try to get all the 20 score, because that will how you are just going close to your targets. The section 2, again it will be a social context conversation. One speaker will be there, but only normally this conversation is related to a person giving information regarding the council opening a new theater in the locality, right? An exhibition which is going to held in the city center, and what are the requirements, what is the fee, blah 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 things. So this is sort of the conversations you will be hearing in section 2, the social life related, right? Then here is an example as well, tour guide explaining about historical place, charity, or maybe any company, organization. So, and if there is any map in the listening, so this is the section where you will be having maps. So map will be related to maybe a gym map, right? Gym place map, or maybe it's a city map, or maybe it could be a sort of a road map, right? Where they are asking you where the A car is parked, where is the point of collision of these two cars, right? Sort of such information. So when we having a map in section 2, so we again have to pay more concentration. If we losing the track of the speaker, we won't be able to mark the right places in the map, right? And if any process diagram is given, it will be in section 2. Maps will be in section 2. Any plan they give, plan is like layout of the floor or sort of things, that will be again the part or the question type of normally which can be seen in the section 2 of the listening. So only one speaker, a monologue is there, so we have to pay full attention so that we don't miss any detail there. So there will be again 10 questions sometime, like definitely like question 11 to 17 will go in one recording, and 18 to 20 will go in another recording. But definitely all the 20 questions are related to each other only. It is not like they change the topic when the recording change. No, they just give you a little pause there of 20 seconds when they just change the recording after the first 7 question. There will be 20-second pause, and they ask you to, you can check your work, right? So never check your work in that point of time, because the recording is not gonna place twice. There is no notes you have taken where you can check your audio from, so answers from. So simply just go through the next question, read them, understand them, what you're gonna find, and that will help you to channelize your brain for that specific piece of information you are about to hear in the recording ahead, right? So the section 3 is of academic nature, so more academic language you will be hearing as compared to the 1 and 2 in the section 3, and more than that in section 4. So 3 will be, there will be 3 speakers normally, that's a journal routine scenario, and It could be having up to 4 speakers as well. So normally this gonna be a conversation of university student with the professor, with the tutor, with the resource person, sort of that conversation you will be hearing in the part 3 of the listening. So here you will be hearing 3 voices for sure, and sometimes they can increase to the 4 as well. So it is important that you recognize which voice belongs to which person, so that you're not messing up any answer, because some question here are person specific. If they're talking about Jean and Jenny, so they'll be asking what is the Jenny opinion in regards to the reference material, question mark. Now if I know which voice related to, if there are 2 female speakers out there, so if I know which voice related to Jenny, only then I can find the answer to this question, and they'll be clearly differentiating the people. But yes, we need to concentrate, only then we can understand. And otherwise there will be 2 male speakers, one is professor, one is a male student, one is a female student. That's the common 3 voices you will be hearing here. So here MCQs can be there, and then the blanks, sentence completion, summary completion sort of things will be here in this part. And classification type of question are generally up here, and where you see they just give you 3 option, and there are beneath 5 question, and we have to just match the each option with the specific person name or the book name sort of. So these question will be in the section 3. And again, section the recording will be played in two slots, right? The section 4, it is considered the most difficult one, not being like the questions are increased or something like that. No, the question number will be same, the 10 question you will be doing here. Sometimes there is no break in the recording. It's a long lengthy one single conversation, right? Here you will be hearing only one person, one speaker, and that person will be delivering a lecture, presenting a seminar, or yeah, giving a presentation sort of. So this is the scenario on the section 4, that sort of conversation you will be hearing. So whenever you suppose you are hearing to a seminar or a presentation, besides the keynote, right, they do include lot of other details as well, examples, explanations, things which are showing comparison to that particular subject, what is the topic of today's conversation sort of, right? So here as well, when you're doing section 4, there will be lot of other pieces of information in the recording will be available, which are actually not your related to your answer, or don't it's not like not related to, just like they are not the answers, because in the first 3 section the conversation will be more to the point sort of. In one it will be really to the point. Two, there will be inclusion of some description and comparisons and sort of things. Three, it keep on increasing. So in the fourth, that sort of other information things, they will be like increased as compared to all the 3 section, which makes more difficult to get your answer from that piece of recording. And as it is a monologue, no person will be asking question, no disturbance will be there, so it is like one complete lecture is going on, right? So how well you are prepared to listen to those lecture, and notes are in front of you, notes in the sense of the questions itself. So you have to concentrate what words are written in my question, and wherever they are paraphrasing those words, because in listening you won't get any answer in the same words. They always follow the paraphrase technique to say the answers. If they even want to say registering for a course, they won't be saying registering for a course. Maybe they are like enrolling for a specific subject sort of, right? So this is how they paraphrase the thing. They won't say the same words as you will be looking at in the question booklet. They'll be different in the recording, synonym of the words used in the question, right? So they always paraphrase. So here, whenever you hear that paraphrasing of the question, that's the place you will be hearing your answer. Keep listening, pay full attention there, get your answer, and do not lose the speaker's track. So it's like, now this section, you got 10 questions. So maybe you just heard 31 number question, and don't expect that they are just, saying the 32 very frequently just after that. No, this won't be the case. Maybe there are 3 4 5 sentences you are hearing where there is nothing related to your question, it's just a description example sort of thing. And then the 6th sentence come where they are just paraphrasing whatever they are asking in 32 number question. So that means they are now telling the answer here, so I need to again listen very carefully to get my answer. But yes, again, this is not the scenario which is common. Like, don't expect that always there will be 5 to 6 sentences gap out there. Answers can be like, I just found an answer, and then the next very phrase there is an answer to the next question. Or there are 5 6 sentences where there is no answer, and then 7 sentence I am getting my answer. So there is no parameter to judge at what length answers are lying around. So we have to pay attention from question number 1 to 40 to here, where they are, whenever they are saying the answer to the question, and noting that down. Because the major point is, if you finding the answer to the question right, only then you getting mark. Otherwise, you understand the whole conversation, there is no fun. You're not getting any marks for that, right? So this is the differentiation of the section 1 to 3 and 4. But the question number will be same. Altogether 40 question, and marking criteria, you know that. Like, every question is 1 mark. No negative marking is there. So either it's 1, either 0. So you are not leaving any question unanswered. Whatever you feel like is the possible answer, mark it. If it's get right, you get that 1 mark. If it gets wrong, you're getting 0, and not filling it is also 0. So you will be like all profit, no loss. So always fill up the options, never leave anything unanswered or blank. 40 minutes will be the paper based one, 30-minute recording, and 10 minute is the transfer time in the paper based test, right? CBT, this is not the case. Computer based test, 30-minute is audio, 2 minute is the time to check your answer. So it's like in the because now the CBT is only available, right? Just because of this pandemic thing. So PBT, there are no dates available these days. Maybe sooner they will be starting issue the date for the paper based exam as well. But for CBT, this is the one which people are doing right now these days. So when you are sitting for the CBT exam, there is a problem like, you filling up the answer out there and you're not following the punctuation, you are losing mark even after writing the answer correct. So very important that whatever answer you are writing in the computer based, I'm especially talking about that computer based test, follow the punctuation which is needed for that answer, right? Maybe you are writing a person name, so you know that the first alphabet of the person's surname or first name is always capital, and after that the remaining alphabets can be small as well, right? So this is one thing you need to keep in mind to get all the marks for the right answer, because punctuation, spelling, and in which format they are asking the answer is very important. Any mistake in these three equals to 0 mark even after getting the answer right, right? 2 minute is the only time you will be having to check your answers. You know, just go through all the questions. Okay, Justin, you have a question? Okay.
No,
So, yeah, you have a question?
no, not really. I haven't sent anything.
All right, all right.
Yep.
Yeah, 2 minutes is the time. So just cross check the answer. Cross checking is like, have you filled the answer for every question? Have you marked accurately? Punctuation is followed, spellings are correct, and singular, plural, those mistakes are quite common. So check for those mistakes. Format is followed. They are asking 2 words. Isn't the case that you have written 3 words or 4 words? So all these things you can check only. But in the paper base, you got 10 minutes. You can transfer your answer, all the 40 answers, on the answer sheet in those 10 minutes. So that where there you can always follow the capital letters, right? To avoid any punctuation error, just do follow the capital letters. And this is also you can follow in computer based test as well. Follow the capital letter for every answer you are typing in all capitals, right? So this will save you from the punctuation errors. So okay, that's the time, and recording will be played once only. Paper based, use pencil, not pen. And definitely in both the test, check headphones while they are just giving you that time to check your headphones. Do check them. If they stop me in between the listening, they won't stop the recording, because they given you enough chances to check the earpieces. So it's your responsibility that you should check them properly, adjust the volume up and down, working, not plug in plug out, see every wire is connected properly. And then that's okay. If you give it a yes, then they'll start the listening, right? So it's very important that check it properly. And scores are calculated by the right answer. Format important, as I told you, like if they says no more than 2 words and or a number. So this and or, you see, it could be 2 words and a number, a number. It could be two words, just that's it. It could be a number only as well. So four possible combinations can be there for this answer. The first is craftsman. This is one word. They said no more than two words. That means I can write one word as well. I can write max two word. So two word is second. Only number is this case, and only and including everything, words and number. This is the one answer. So these are all four possible way to write answer if instruction is like this, and that's how you can judge it when you are doing the listening here. And preposition, if the question is like any place name, and you feel like okay, places, okay, we have to add the preposition. So do not get fall for this trap sort of. If question is like this, for example, they are asking place, then hyphen, and then there is a separate question number, and then blank is given. You don't have to follow any preposition in that case. So it depends on the type of question, in what way they are asking question. The second is like if it's a sentence completion answer, and sentence is like this: the best place to treat him is, and then there is a blank, right? So now in this case, you have to write suppose Melbourne, right? So what happened if now if sentence demands a preposition to be written in on any preposition, right? And word limit allows you, word limit is saying no more than two words, then you are writing preposition, right? If the sentence is already having that preposition included, then again you do not need to write it again, just write Melbourne. In case the format is saying only one word can be your answer, in that case also always go with the noun. In this case noun is Melbourne, which is most important thing out of the answer, right? So just write that, and then also again ignore the any preposition, right? And if just in case this is a sentence and a preposition to be added in the answer, they will be always giving instruction like no more than two words, right? Then you can judge better. But this is very rare, but can be there, right? So we need to be aware about it as well. And all words are counted, even you are writing a holiday, so these are two words. So don't feel like now this is only one word I'm typing. No, this is two words. And you're writing 1950, this is one number, right? Spellings very important. Answer is right, spellings are wrong, no mark. Punctuation is again important, and capital letters saves you from any such errors. And if you feel like I know how to capitalize the alphabets, or the sorry the words, then so you can also follow that small letter thing as well, and just see which letter needs a capital first alphabet, so just follow that one, right? And how to answer is called the format. Instruction will tell you, and this is what we discussed in the last slide. And the question types are here, as I'm telling you which sort of question will be there in the listening. So MCQ, where you are selecting only one option. So MCQ, they are the common questions in the listening. As I told you, there were two sections, section 2 and 3. They were all about the MCQs, right? So that means around 20 question out of 40 were MCQs, right? So this is like very important question. You are selecting out of given 3 4 options, selecting only one. This is one category, right? Then is MCQ. Here you see again I have written that this called more than one option. So it's like they have given one question, there are 6 choices they have given beneath that, and they are saying which two things need to be carried for the excursion in the forest or in the woods, right? So that means there are article written binoculars, blah 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 things, camping, that shoes and lights. So it's like I have to select as per the audio which two are must or necessary to carry. So I'll be selecting now. This is MCQ where we are selecting more than one option. Now it could be like the marking can be different in this one. Sometimes they just number question number 28, and you are selecting two option, you're getting 1 mark if those two are right. If one is right, one is wrong, you're getting 0 mark. Both need to be correct to score that 1 mark. Sometimes it says question number 28 to 29. That means individually I'll be getting mark. Even if I'm writing one option right, I'll be getting 1 mark. Other is wrong, it's okay, I'll be getting 0 for that, but still receiving that 1 mark. So that depend on how many questions they have marked in as per the options they are asking to find. Form not, they will be in the first section, and then table, flow chart, these will be normally in the second if they are. And then summary completion, it can be anywhere, because summaries, and normally if I say summary is like fourth section thing. Summary is like where you see the whole lecture, the crux of the whole lecture they have given, few spaces are given blank, right? And that's normally in the fourth section, because it where there it is difficult. You are hearing a long lecture, there is a summary in front of you. Summary is like not everything, not only the main points. You know that how we make summaries, right? And some words are missing, so there it becomes bit hard to find those specific words to fill those blanks. So it will be there mostly in the fourth section, sometime in third as well. Plan, map, and diagram, they normally be in the second one. And the matching can be in the third and fourth. Multiple choice can be anywhere except one, because section one doesn't have it. But yeah, they do have sometime multiple choice more than one option sort of, but that's quite easy to do. Sentence completion, yes, it can be in anywhere in the whole of the listening. And then short answer question again, so they can be also anywhere. It's like a simple question they'll be asking you, and they'll be asking you to answer in 1 word, 2 word, 3 word, whatever format they want you to answer it. You finding that answer and writing. Okay, maybe what is the total charge to pay to stay at the hotel, right? So that is section one, normally form completion. So maybe it's like $45 or something like that. So your answer is like $45 in that case. So this we call short answer question. So don't try to understand everything. Prime focus is finding answer to the question. Yes, I'm listening, but where I'm listening, the key note from the question, that's more important rather than whatever I'm hearing earlier. Always prepare the question before. If you are doing done with the question 1 to 5 and there is a pause of 20 seconds in between the section, always prepare what you are gonna listen now, what questions are about, what I'm going to find, what piece of specific information I'm after. Always prepare your mind before listening to the recording. Answers can be distributed any where, any length in the recording. No fixed parameter or something like that is there. Keep eye on the next question as soon as you finishes the one you are writing, because maybe you're writing the spelling of the first one and the next one is already gone. So always keep an eye on the next question, even when you're typing, writing, whatever you're doing, so that you're not miss that keynote in the recording. If you miss that, you won't be able to get that answer. And make notes. Some questions, they are very tricky, you don't get them straight and you feel like, okay, I don't understand, these are three options and what is the right one. So always do take notes, right? In the CBT as well, you got the paper and pen to take note. There is space also given in the computer system to take notes. And computer paper based, you got that entire question booklet in front of you, so you can write whatever you want to on that, because that's not getting assessed, only answer sheet is getting assessed. So take notes, and when you have the 10-minute, 2-minute time in PBT, CBT respectively, just fill those answers. As I told you, do not leave anything unanswered. So, what are the common traps of the listening recording? So, how they trap you down? Some student they require 7, some require 8. Majority, if you are after an immigration process, then it's 8. After the education sector you want to go in, that's the requirement, it's gonna be 7 sort of. So 37 in academic, right? And oh sorry, listening is same, sorry. So 37 in both academic and journal listening, and 32 it's going to be 7.5. So that's the scoring. So you can judge where, okay, 34 is like, you can, if you say you are a candidate of 8 band, so I guess you need to score 35 correct, right? 35, 36 correct. So this is the the scoring you have to get that specific band scores you are after. So the traps are the one which lowers down your score. The first trap they usually follow in the listening recordings, because you understanding, paraphrasing, it's all good, but how they are making it a little bit harder for you. So they will be saying There is a question regarding the place the tutor is gonna meet the students, or there is a question regarding the time tutor gonna meet the students, right? Time or place, something sort of any such information they're asking. So in the one sentence only, they keep on changing their answers. Maybe I'm a student, I just heard the time, okay, I'm hearing for the time. Okay, they said 7. Okay, I'll be just writing 7 as my answer. I didn't bother to listen to the complete sentence. Now what happened? By adding contradictory statements like, however, this is not the time the tutor will be available, or so I need to see some other time so that you can see the tutor and he can give the sufficient time, so I think late in the evening. Okay, so let's do it tomorrow. Yeah, and he'll be seeing you at 6 in the evening, right? So it's like maybe they're saying lot of times, they're mentioning the time, different time slots, but they haven't reached to the right answer yet. So keep on listening till the sentence is not getting completed, so that you can decide out of all the given option which one is accurate as per my question. So it's like answers that are chained. So this is the one they frequently do in the recordings. They will be saying one thing, and after that they're just contradicting their own statement, adding a new one, and then maybe adding something again, which is not possible to just do at this time, and then changing it again. So this is the routine one trap which they follow in the entire recording of the listening. Then use similar words in recording as text. So every answer is paraphrased, guys. If you're hearing same words written in the question booklet or question on the screen and same words you are hearing in the recording, it's a trap, right? So never fall for same words, right? Because normally we can. It is possible that we assuming that okay, now this is the answer. They're saying it and this is there. But they normally, I would say 95% of the time, the answers are always paraphrased. The word they use in the question booklet is not there in the recording. Always synonym will be there, except why is 95%? Except section 4. Because section 4, sometime there are the words which are academic, like we cannot change them. There is no synonym which can be used in place of them. Like say linguistic academic words are there. Say the computer programming, now they will be saying computer programming only, right? So these are few words which cannot be changed, and this could be the case only in section 4. Other than that, all three sections they use synonym, and especially in section 3, this trap is there in the section 3. Normally there are MCQ, three students are talking MCQ, and there are four options they have given. Now what happened? They will be saying one option which is written same, and you are listening it in the same record in the recording, and you feel like okay, now this is my answer. You're marking B as your answer, but this is a trap. Listen carefully. They'll be contradictory that statement. So till the time your sentence is not complete for that question, or the recording part is not complete for that question, keep listening. Keep listening till the end, because they're gonna change it again and again. They're trapping you by saying the same words as you will assume it as an answer to that question. Sometimes they do repeat words. They repeat word a lot, and this is also in, so usually in the section 3. They're saying okay, they are discussing something. Okay, what need to be submit essay or what as an final assignment, right? So it is like essay is fine, essay need to be this word, that word, right? So ultimately they are just confusing you down by repeating that word again and again and channelizing your focus on that word, but missing the real answer in that chaos, right? So this is also again one trap. So always listen carefully that what they are repeating again and again. Don't take it granted. Okay, this is going to be my answer. So it's like we miss the real keynote in as we are more focused toward that particular information, that particular phrase, word, right? This is another trap. So and again, sometimes they repeat word and they emphasize that word. So when they're repeating and are giving emphasize, giving word stress, so this is like they that word is the that word can be the answer for the asked question, provided that it is not the same written in the booklet and same you are hearing in the recording, right? Listen for plurals carefully. Now this is very common error. You missing SES, simple words out there. You're losing that marks. This is very tiny but make you cost huge. because sometimes it's just only 1 mark you needed to reach 8 or 7, and just because this singular plural thing, you ruined the thing for you. Listen to the examples carefully that will be played in the beginning of the recording, listening recording. That will make you clear about the speaker voice, accent, pronunciation, so that you're not messing up the words. Because the section one, the pronunciation, I obviously the whole listening pronunciation is different. Sometimes British, sometimes American, sometimes Australian, right? So this is like it will tell you which sort of pronunciation accent you're gonna hear, and according to that sometimes there are the words in the postcodes, in the names, or in the the things they are mentioning, so we just take them as another word or another alphabet, just because we're not understanding that pronunciation. So it's good to hear what sort of pronunciation I'm gonna hear, and according to that, okay, this can be the pronunciation of these alphabets according to that accent, right? And how we can know that? When we practicing, we should be knowing, okay, now this is the British accent I'm hearing, this is American, this is Australian, so that you can differentiate between that and understand each and everything said in the recording. So range of accent will be used. So this one being the mostly used, the British one. The second in the row is American. The third will be the Australian, right? So this is the most common one, British. Look for title in case of diagram, map, table, or processes, right? So it will tell you what you are looking at, right? You got a map in front of you or a diagram, and they are like question number, but you don't know what it is, what you are going to find out, right? So title are must to read. They'll tell you what you are looking at and what piece of information you're going to hear and what could be your possible answers here. Check where all the question are in the text prior recording starts playing. So wherever you get that number 1 to 40, like 1, 2, 3, those are your questions. Keep your mic on mute, please, till the time you don't have a question to ask. Thanks. Okay, so you need to check where the question numbering is. So those are actually the question you need to find, and that the thing you need to check prior, because sometimes it's a map, it's a diagram, it's a table, so you need to understand like what is going to be the sequence of the recording, so that you're not messing up while you're listening and finding, okay, oh no, this is horizontal way they are speaking, not the vertical one. So this is one thing you have to understand prior. If you miss an answer, move quickly. No, do not stop at the specific question. Every question is equal. Every question is going, you are giving 1 mark. Very difficult equals to 1 mark, very easy equals to 1 mark. So every question is equally important. Do not spend much time sticking on one question, because in that time you will be missing another two answers, so it will be like huge loss. Just leave that. Maybe you have taken a note, it's enough. Now when is the time to just check that or to transfer, then just decide what can I write as an answer here, right? Because you won't be able to hear the recording twice, so there is no fun sticking out there. Remember, the technical academic language is not always paraphrased. Often complicated or difficult words are same as in recording and text. This is what I was telling you. Like everything is paraphrased, but in 4 section, they use the technical academic language, which is not generally give a synonym to. So those words you may be hearing same in the recording and in the text as well. So this will be in the section 4. So don't feel like they are trapping you down. Just mark that answer. And last thing, always pick the word as it is from the recording. So it's like you might be hearing see, this is an example, right? Write the words you hear. For example, if the recording says children must be accompanied by an adult at all times. Now this is the recording, right? And the question number 1 is no children are allowed without, and they give the two option out there: A, an accompanying adult; B, an adult. So we have to write the words we have heard, like in whatever sequence we heard them. Here you see they have written accompanied, also that they must be accompanied by an adult. This is also they are saying. Now the option have an accompanying adult and an adult. Now see which option you heard in the sequence in the recording. Like the words you heard is exactly same as given in the option. Pick always those words, right? Here answer is going to be B, right? Because no children are allowed without an adult. Whether it's there, accompanied word is there, but I couldn't see any sequence of this option in the I didn't heard any sequence of this option in the recording. I heard this word together. So this is going to be my answer. Never change the form of the word, right? Pick and write it as it is, as you hearing it in the recording. The sequence, obviously the singular plural thing, spellings definitely you need to take care of. So just stay focused and concentrate what you are hearing. And if you got enough time with you and you want to improve the listening score, because this is the one is it is the overall score booster as well, listening, because this is one module where you can get 7, 8, and even sometime 9 as well by just practicing good enough in this module. You have to practice with script means transcript. So Cambridge book series, it's available from 1 to 15 almost now. Those are from the Cambridge publication. So those books, they do have the transcript at the last pages, right? So whatever you're hearing in the audio, they have written everything out there. So whenever you have time, practice with the transcript, read and hear at the same time so that you can understand pronunciation, the tricks they use to change the answer, the words they use to paraphrase the things mentioned in the question and in the recording, how they differentiate, right? And normally how they change the order of the sentence. Like if they have written, the students are allowed to carry water bottles with them. now, yeah, my answer is water bottle in this sentence, but this sentence won't be written in the same way in the question booklet. It will be written like that: which article they can carry, students will be children, which article the children can carry along with them in the trip, right? So this is like they change the word order. See the active passive thing. You understand that? Like saying something in an active voice, I'll pay you the money, right? Money will be paid by me. So this is also one thing, one trick they use in the recording to paraphrase, changing the word order, right? So always practice with that. That will help you to have that accuracy check. Are you understanding the same as you are reading, right? And different pronunciation also, accent also, you will be able to understand. And also it will be helpful when it comes to the understanding the traps they include in the listening audios, right? So just quickly, yeah, yes, I was there to uh, yeah, we are just heading toward the practice of the listening. So we're doing listening today, Alim.
Yes, ma'am.
Sure.
Actually, like now my college classes are going to start, so I might
They
have
are
to leave
gonna
now.
start now.
Yes, ma'am.
What's time out there?
It's 7:52, and by 7:55, like I'll have to be there. So,
All right. Oh, no worries, no
okay,
worries.
ma'am.
Sure. Okay, tomorrow
Yes, ma'am.
you are coming down here.
Yes, ma'am. I'll be at least trying
It is
to
on
attend
Friday
the.
for you, right? Exam.
Yes, ma'am. That will be on Friday.
Okay, Thursday we will be doing the reading for sure from the beginning only. So
Yes,
be
ma'am.
yeah, do come in the Thursday session, right?
Sure, ma'am. I'll try, ma'am.
All right.
I mean, yeah. Thank you,
Yes.
ma'am.
Okay. Bye bye, Alim. Yeah.
Bye, ma'am.
Bye bye. Okay, so talking about synonyms here, they use here like listening test says Duchess, who is the only king's daughter, and the listening test question is right is like that: who is the princess? Now, obviously, they're talking about Duchess, who is the only king's daughter, so that means they are referring Duchess as the king daughter. So, who is the princess? Princess is also king daughter. So, what is the answer here? Duchess. So, this is the way they do the paraphrasing in the listening by synonym, by changing the word order. So, all the things they follow down here. So, quickly going through last two slides. Yeah, real life listening practice is necessary, and you have to, this slogan, I love it: check it twice, be precise. That means these are the common errors, right? So you're writing the answer as cat and it is cats as the right answer, so you're losing that mark. You're not writing the unit given. It could be unit of measurement, currency, and yeah, measurement and currency mostly. So it will be like you are missing that and it needed to be there, you're losing that mark. provided that if it's given already in the question itself, then that means question is a blank sort of, and they have mentioned already dollar pound side there, so then you don't have to write. But if it's not there, that sign is not there, then you are mentioning that. Suppose it's a they are just giving length of a table, so maybe they're giving it in a meters, so that means at that meter maybe m only, right? That you have to write. If you're not sure about the spellings, don't go after that, just write m. It's if kgs, if it's liters, so lt, kg, you see this is the units you might need to write down with the answers if they're not given. Spellings, especially if you just messing up even a single word, it will be marked wrong. All the sheets are computer tested, the whether it's a computer based else you are giving, whether you are giving the paper based exam, listening and reading sheets, they are the OMR sheets. They are checked by the computer system, no human checking is out there. So whatever answer is feeded out there, the punctuation, the spelling, the units thing, that's how your answers will be checked as. So just be mindful when writing, transferring your answer on the sheets, right? And the word format, right? If they're asking one word, it means restaurant. And if you feel like, okay, I got this answer, a blue hat, three words in there. Now instructions say only one word can be the answer. So a blue hat, what will be the answer you are picking up? So as I told you, always go with the noun first. So you will be picking up a blue hat, noun. Hat is a noun here. So I'll be picking as hat my answer. Then maybe instruction says, okay, two words, no more than two words. And I got this a blue hat again. So then after noun, if you given any adjective with that, right, pick up that. Now I'll be writing blue hat. So the least important one is article. So if it says three word, then I'm writing a as well. A blue hat. Then three words will be there, right? So as per instruction, you can choose which option you'll be picking up. If it's a noun in the answer, so noun of course. If it's a verb in the answer, so adverb and verb. So obviously you are picking up the verb. So this is how you will be picking up the answer. If you got the more phrase, like the phrase you got as an answer and instruction doesn't gelling up with that phrase, so that's how you are just writing down your answer. All right, so that was the listening. That's all about the listening. So right now we will be starting with the test, and I'll be just sharing the screen with the section one. So remember, this is the one. You will be hearing a conversation between two people. It will be form note completion. When you are done with those first 10 questions, you are sending your answer in the chat box. And I have adjusted the setting. Now your answers will be straightforward to me. You don't have to select my name from the list. You just type your answer and send. And do not send answer one by one. We will be doing the 10 questions together. So write answer for all the 10 questions and once only click enter. Right? Do not write one answer and enter, two answer, second answer and enter. Don't do that because it will be mess in the chat box otherwise. So type all the answer by putting commas and then click enter. Then ultimately they'll come to me. Okay, just a sec now. So if you have any doubts, you can ask toward the end of the section when you are done with these 40 questions. So then you'll be in a more better position to ask your doubts if this is going to be the case. So how we are. So I'm just looking at the audio of this. You read the question meanwhile. I'll just playing the audio related to one. So just first let me know, are you able to listen it? Like, so this is sort of just a, checking audio thing. So let me know if anybody, it's loading up. start playing sooner.
Test 2. You will hear a number of different recordings, and you will have to answer questions on what you hear.
Is it good with everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Yeah, thank you very much for letting me know. Okay, so this is I'm now playing from here onwards. As this is the first section, 10 questions are there on the screen. Wherever there are the numbers 1, 2, 3 to 10, those are your question. So instruction, you read it, understand it, example, you look at it, and whatever you feel is the answer, write down. Okay, this is now playing.
There will be time for you to read the instructions and questions, and you will have a chance to check your work. All the recordings will be played once only. The test is in 4 sections. At the end of the test, you will be given 10 minutes to transfer your answers to an answer sheet. Now turn to section 1. Section 1. You will hear a conversation between a representative of an insurance company and a customer. First, you have some time to look at questions 1 to 3.
So these pauses are there will be in the original test as well. So this is the time you can read through the
You will see
question.
that there is an example that has been done for you. On this occasion only, the conversation relating to this will be played first.
Good morning, Total Insurance. Judy speaking. How may I help you?
I recently shipped my belongings from overseas back here to Australia, and I took out insurance with your company. Some items were damaged during the move, so I need to make a claim. What do I have to do?
Okay, well, first I need to get a few details about this. Can you give me your name, please?
Yes, it's Michael Alexander.
The man's name is Michael Alexander. So Michael Alexander has been written in the space. Now we shall begin. You should
So this is now beginning. So altogether 1 to 10 question. There will be a break at question number 4. Before 4, 20-second break. That is the time you will be looking at the next questions, right? So altogether it will be playing. I'll be keeping mute. I mean, I'm just keeping silent. And the student who just ended in, this is the listening test we are doing. It just started off, so you can also start with us from the question number 1. Yeah. So this is I'm playing now.
answer the questions as you listen, because you will not hear the recording a second time. Listen carefully and answer questions 1 to 3.
Good morning, Total Insurance. Judy speaking. How may I help you?
I recently shipped my belongings from overseas back here to Australia, and I took out insurance with your company. Some items were damaged during the move, so I need to make a claim. What do I have to do?
Okay, well, first I need to get a few details about this. Can you give me your name, please?
Yes, it's Michael Alexander.
Okay, and your address, please?
My old address or my current one?
Your current one.
It's 24 Manly Street, Milperra, near Sydney.
What was the suburb, sorry?
Milperra, Milperra.
Right. Now, who was the shipping agent, Mr. Alexander?
You mean the company we used?
Yes, the company who packed everything up at the point of origin.
Oh, it was First Class Movers.
Okay. Where were the goods shipped from?
China, but the ship came via Singapore and was there for about a week.
Don't worry, all of that information will be in the documentation. Now, the dates. Do you know when the ship arrived?
It left on the 11th of October and got to Sydney on the 28th of November.
Okay. I need one more thing. There's a reference number. It should be in the top right-hand corner of the pink form they gave you.
Let me have a look. I have so many papers. Yes, here it is. It's 601 ACK.
Thanks.
Before you hear the rest of the conversation, you have some time to look at questions 4 to 10. Now listen and answer questions 4 to 10.
I need to take down a few details of the actual damage over the phone before you put in a full report. Can you tell me how many items were damaged and what the damage was?
Yes, well, 4 things actually. I'll start with the big things. My TV, first of all. It's a large one, very expensive.
Insurance doesn't cover electrical problems.
It isn't an electrical problem. The screen has a huge crack in it, so it's unusable.
I see. Any idea of the price to repair it?
No. Well, I don't think it can be repaired. It will need a new one.
Okay, I'll make a note of that and we'll see what we can do. Now, what was the second item?
The cabinet from the bathroom was damaged as well. It's a lovely cabinet. We use it to keep our towels in.
And what is the extent of the damage?
Well, the back and the sides seem okay, but the door has a huge hole in it. It can't be repaired. I'm really not very happy about it.
And how much do you think it will cost to replace it?
Well, when I bought it last year, I paid $125 for it. But the one I've seen here in Sydney is a bit more expensive. It's $140.
Right. And what was the third item?
My dining room table. It's a lovely table from Indonesia. It must have been very hot inside the container because one leg has completely split down the middle. The top and the other 3 look okay, thank goodness.
Any idea of the price to repair it?
Well, I had an estimate done on this actually because it is a very special table to us. They quoted us $200, which is really pricey, so I hope the insurance will cover the total cost.
I'm sure that will be fine. What was the last item, Mr. Alexander?
Well, we have a lovely set of china plates and dishes, with matching cups, saucers, the lot. They were all in the one box, which must have got dropped because some plates were broken. 6, actually.
And can you tell me the replacement value of these?
Well, it's hard to say because they were part of a set, but they can be up to $10 each as it's such a good set.
Okay, so that would be around $60 altogether.
Yes, that's right.
And is that all of the items?
Yes. So what do I have to do now?
That is the end of section 1. You now have half a minute to check your answers.
So write in your answer all together, all the 10, and then click enter.
Now turn to section 2.
Yes, you have a question? Home.
Yes, ma'am. So should we write the answer right now, or are you playing section 2?
No. You need to write them right now. And after that, I'll be seeing the answer. I'll be playing the section 2. I have to paste in and do the thing. So meanwhile, you type in the answer and send.
All right, thank you.
Yeah. All right. So then we will be moving to the section 2. So in the section 2, we got a map. So I'll be receiving the answer and then I'll be playing that one. Maps are always interesting and this one is also interesting. And then MCQs, of course. All right. Guys, punctuation and everything you need to take care of. Otherwise, your answer will be wrong. Spellings and everything. Zammil, your answer number 3rd is wrong. 7th is wrong. And 8th is wrong. Rest are right. Jashan, your answer number 3rd is right, but you should be writing the full, and this won't be taken as the right answer anyhow, because the punctuation is not followed, spacing is not there, and the spellings are not complete. So you'll be receiving mark for the 4th one, 7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th.
Okay, I have to write November full. November. You're talking about that?
You have to write it full. You need to give space. You have to make the first alphabet capital as it's a month name and it's a proper noun, and you need to follow that punctuation as well.
Okay.
And Om, your answers. Okay, so this is right till do. Okay, 5th is not there. Om, the 5th answer, have you given that? Or the door is 5th as per you?
Sorry, ma'am, I missed it actually. I missed the 5th.
Okay, write it up. Gurpreet and Rakesh. Okay, Amit, Aman, Khadim. So all of you need to send the answers in the chat box, guys. Kindly do send them quickly. Yes, that's right. That's right, Om, for the 5th one.
Hi, ma'am. I've already sent it. I think.
Already sent it, Aman. Amit, sorry, let me see. Before Muzammil. Yeah, sorry. So the first one, the alphabet need to be the capital.
It will be considered as wrong, yeah?
Yes, it will be considered as wrong, and the second one as well. It will be considered wrong because all the capitals need to be there for the every letter you are typing in there. So every word, the first letter need to be capital in the second answer.
Oh, sorry. In the notebook, like the way I've written, it's in the capital, but in the computer, in the laptop, I forget to use the caps lock.
All right. I mean, just to let you know, so you know that it's all good. So this is like the way I'm looking them. So I'm just telling you like that way.
No, thank
Other
you.
than that, I find your answers correct. And the dollar is not given out there for the 4th one.
What's that?
7th one, seventh. So dollar sign, you see, it is already there. So when the sign is there, unit is given. We not copying it in the answer. If it's not given, then we must write dollar or pound or whatever unit they are talking about.
Yep.
If it's given, we are not giving that sign in the answer.
Like the 10th one.
Like the 10th one and like the 7th one.
Yeah.
7th, you see, this is also dollar sign they have placed already there. Right? Okay, the students who are not sending their answers, so should I take this as a no? You're not sending answer? Let me know so that I can go to the section 2, please. Okay, guys, but that's not fair. You should at least say yes or no so that I know. Yeah, I can play. Can you share the correct answer? Okay, I'll be saying that. So first is Milpera. It's M capital ILPERRA, right? The second one is first class movers. So the first alphabet of first class and movers, they need to be capitalized. If not, so you see the capital letter format, that's the savior. The third one is 28 November and need to be capital if you're following the small letters. Fourth is screen, SCREEN. Fifth, bathroom. Sixth, door. Seventh, 140, 140. Eight, 140. Eight, leg. Nine, plates, plural. And 10th is 60, 60. All right, let's move to the second one. And here you see this is the second one. Let me just clear this one. Okay. So first this question, according to the speaker, the main purpose of the park are, so three options are there. Then you have to label this map. And I think this is, okay, now this is fine, right? So first you do this section, then I'll be just keep moving the screen up for the 15 to 20 question MCQs, right? So you see this is understandable. Do I need to zoom it out? I think this is okay, right? This is fine. So this is an agricultural park, and there are three questions related to this one. So you have to mark those places. So you have to write the actually name of those places. So recording is playing now. It's loading, just a second. Okay, now.
Section 2. You will hear an introductory talk about a new agricultural park. First, you have some time to look at questions 11 to 14. Now listen carefully and answer questions 11 to 14.
Welcome to Greenvale Agricultural Park. As you know, we've only been open a week, so you're amongst our first visitors. We have lots of fascinating indoor and outdoor exhibits on our huge complex, spreading hundreds of hectares. Our remit is to give educational opportunities to the wider public, as well as to offer research sites for a wide variety of agriculturists and other scientists. Let's start by seeing what there is to do. As you can see here on our giant wall plan, we are now situated in the reception block here. As you walk out of the main door into the park, there's a path you can follow. If you follow this route, you'll immediately come into the rare breeds section, where we keep a wide variety of animals, which I shall be telling you a little more about later. Next to this, moving east, is the large grazing area for the rare breeds. Then further east, in the largest section of our park, is the forest area. South of the grazing area, and in fact just next to the reception block, is our experimental crop area. In the middle of the park, this circular area is our lake, These two small rectangular shapes here are the fish farms where we rear fish for sale. To the east of those is the marsh area, which attracts a great many migrant birds. In the southeastern corner, beyond the marsh, is our market garden area, growing vegetables and flowers.
Before you hear the rest of the talk, you have some time to look at questions 15 to 20. Now listen and answer questions 15 to 20.
All these areas can be visited by the general public for almost all the year. Although, please take note of the large signs at the entrance to each area, which tell you when certain areas are being used for particular controlled experiments and are therefore temporarily out of bounds to the public. You can see for yourself what a huge area the park covers, and a key question is always, how can we move around? Well, you have a choice of means, all environmentally friendly. Cars are banned in the park. We have bicycles, which you can hire behind the reception block here. The healthy ones of you can go on foot. And finally, there's our electric tram, powered from solar cells. You find more information about this at the front entrance. A good place to start on your tour is the rare breed section. We keep goats, sheep, and hens, and other kinds of poultry. We're also thinking of bringing in cows and horses, but we do not, as yet, have facilities for these bigger animals. The animals are fed in public twice a day, and a short lecture given on their feeding habits and nutritional needs. These are very popular with the public, but of course we mustn't lose sight of the main purpose of having this section, not as such to preserve rare animals, but to maintain the diversity of breeds, to broaden the gene pool for agricultural development. Greenvale changes with the seasons, with different events happening at different times of the year. May will be perhaps our most spectacular month, with the arrival of the Canada geese, and when our fruit trees will be in full blossom. But there are interesting events on all year round. For example, John Havers, our expert fly fisherman, is currently giving displays on the lake. Each of the sections has its own seasonal calendar, and please consult the summary board at the main entrance. And the final section, as we return to the reception blocks, is the orchard. Do take time to browse around our shop. There's a wide selection of books on wildlife, some of them written by local authors, and the history of farming, including organic farming, something which the park will be diversifying into in the coming months.
That is the end of section 2. You now have half a minute to check your answers.
Type in and send, please. So if any, like first you send, and after that, if any answer it's wrong and you want
Now
to
turn to
listen
section 3.
what is the right for that one, just a sec, let me pause it. Then we can also discuss that, right? Trishan, your first three answers are right, but the fourth one is not right. And after that, 15 wrong, 16, they are, just a second. 15 is wrong, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. They all are correct. So, Om, your first 3, 4, right? And after that, okay, it's all correct. And Amit, okay, so the last two, they are wrong, 19 and 20. Muzammil, the 11 is wrong. And 12 to 14 is not options, I believe. I think those are, yeah, 12 to 14 is like you have to write the names out there, the place's name. Okay, so those three, I'm not checking them because they're not right. Format is wrong. 15 wrong. 16, 17, 18 right. 19, 20 is wrong for you as well. Okay. Khadim, 11 is wrong. 12, 13. Okay, 13, I guess it's a typo error for you. And 14 is wrong. Then 15, not right. 16 is right. 17, not right. 18 is right. 19 and 20 is again not right. Okay, so majority, it's like first one, you get that, it's B, research and education. And if you haven't got it, where it is, it says, according to the speaker, the main purpose of the park are, right? So here they are saying, our remit is to give educational opportunities to the wider public as well as to offer research sites for a wide variety of agriculturists and other scientists, right? So this is like make the option number B, because this is research, and the second is like wide variety of agriculturists, research site and other site too, and they are giving the educational opportunities as well. So education, and second they want to offer research site. So B, research and education. And 12 to 14 are the 12 number, this area they call it forest area. So area is given forest. So 13 is here near the lake. The two these places, what they are, they're saying the fish farms or fish farm, it can be right as well. Then this area 14-1, and they are saying it market garden. So market garden, both needs to be there. One word is not sufficient as the answer here because that doesn't complete the noun, right, itself. And it says two words. Yes, I can write them. And how they have said these one, so they said like further east in the larger section of the park. Further east, so this is east, right? Larger section of the park is the forest area, right? South of that, south of is the grazing, where it is? South of the grazing area, right? South of the grazing area, it is, they are saying, just next to the reception, right? Just next to the reception, here they are coming down up here, is our experimental crop area, right? This is they are mentioning. And in the middle of the park, this circular area is our lake, right? And these two small rectangular shapes here are the fish farms, right? And where the rare fish are sold. To the east of that, so here east of those is the marsh. Here is east of those is the marsh, and is our market garden area growing vegetable and flowers. This is how they said it. All right, so besides that, 19 and 20, rest all are correct, I believe. So 19 is like, what can you see in the park at the present time? So they are saying, but there are interesting events on all year round. For example, John Havers, our expert fly fisherman, is currently giving displays, right, on the lake. So that is the currently giving displays on the lake. So that makes the answer number for this question 19 C, a demonstration of fishing, because that's what the whole conversation is about, right? And then 20th one, the option here is A, which is right. The shop contain books about, and how they have said that. They said to do take time to browse around our shop. There is a wide selection of books on wildlife. So book on wildlife is like animals, right? Yeah, Jashan. 15. When are the experimental areas closed to the public? So for 15, the answer correct is C, a short time every year. This one, and how they have mentioned it, quickly letting you know so that we can move next. Which tell you when certain areas are being used for particular controlled experiment and are therefore temporarily out of bounds to the public. So temporarily out of the time, it doesn't mean the all the year round, doesn't mean the almost all the year. It means a short time every year, right? So that makes the C as the answer. Okay, let's move to this third section quickly. We do have less time, so just a sec. I'll be sharing the next question set with you shortly. So again, as I told you, this is gonna be a conversation between the professor and students. And as usually, the third section consists of MCQ and the sort of summaries. So this is a mixture of both. So these are the questions right now in front of you. So as you can see, the first part is like choose the correct letter. These are 4 questions and this is the summary, and there you can only write one word. So just look at them. I'll be displaying the audio shortly.
Section 3. You will hear part of a seminar in which a researcher called Grant Freeman discusses his work on Australian honeybees with a group of students. First, you have some time to look at questions 21 to 24. Now listen carefully and answer questions 21 to 24.
Good morning, everyone. In today's seminar, Grant Freeman, a biologist who specialises in identifying insects and who works for the Australian Quarantine Service, has come to talk to us about his current research work. Right. Well, over to you, Grant.
Good morning, everyone. I'm sure that you know that the Quarantine Service regulates all food brought into Australia. Well, obviously they want to protect Australia from diseases that might come in with imported goods, but they also want to prevent insect pests from being introduced into the country, and that's where I have a part to play. Anyway, my current research involves trying to find a particular type of bee, the Asian honeybee, and finding out whether there are any of them around in various states of Australia. We discovered a few of them in Queensland once and eradicated them. Now we're pretty keen to make sure that there aren't any more getting in, particularly to New South Wales and other states.
What's wrong with Asian honeybees? Are they so different from Australian bees?
Well, in fact, they look almost the same, but they are infested with mites, microscopic creatures which live on them, and which can seriously damage our own homegrown bees, or could even wipe them out.
Well, what would happen if Australian bees died out?
Well, the honey from Australian bees is of excellent quality, much better than the stuff the Asian bees produce. In fact, Australia exports native queen bees to a large number of countries because of this. When the European honeybee was first discovered out in the bush, we found they made really unpleasant honey, and they were also too big to pollinate many of our native flowers here in Australia.
That must have had a devastating effect on the natural flora. Did you lose any species?
No, we managed to get them under control before that happened. But if Asian bees got in, there could be other consequences. We could lose a lot of money because you might not be aware, but it's estimated that native bees' pollination of flower and vegetable crops is worth $1.2 billion a year. So in a way, they're the farmer's friend. Oh, and another thing is, if you're stung by an Asian honeybee, it can produce an allergic reaction in some people, so they're much more dangerous than native bees.
Before you hear the rest of the seminar, you have some time to look at questions 25 to 30. Now listen and answer questions 25 to 30.
How will you know if Asian bees have entered Australia?
We're looking at the diet of the bird called the rainbow bee-eater. The bee-eater doesn't care what it eats, as long as they're insects. But the interesting thing about this bird is that we are able to analyse exactly what it eats, and that's really helpful if we're looking for introduced insects.
How come?
Because insects have their skeletons outside their bodies, so the bee-eaters digest the meat from the inside. Then they bring up all the indigestible bits of skeleton, and of course the wings, in a pellet, a small ball of waste material which they cough up.
That sounds a bit unpleasant. So how do you go about it?
In the field, we track down the bee-eaters and find their favourite feeding spots, the places where the birds usually feed. It's here that we can find the pellets. We collect them up and take them back to the laboratory to examine the contents.
But how do you do that?
The pellets are really hard, especially if they've been out in the sun for a few days. So, first of all, we treat them by adding water to moisten them and make them softer. Then we pull them apart under the microscope. Everything's all scrunched up, but we're looking for wings, so we just pull them all out and straighten them. Then we identify them to see if we can find any Asian bee wings.
And how many have you found?
So far, our research shows that Asian bees have not entered Australia in any number. It's a good result and much more reliable than trying to find live ones as evidence of introduced insects.
Well, that's fascinating. Thank you, Grant, for those insights. I hope that you might inspire some of our students here to conduct some similar experiments.
That is the end of section 3. You now have half a minute to check your answers.
So you mind me to play the section 4 as well, as we just have less time. So then I'll telling the answer and you check them. Is that fine?
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I'll just sharing the section 4, just a sec.
Now turn to section 4.
So this is going to again MCQ. With mathing. Okay. Research on questions about doctors. So these are MCQs, and then you have to tell which statement applies to each of the following people. So just a sec, I'm playing the audio.
Section 4. You will hear a student called Shona giving a presentation on her research report. First, you have some time to look at questions 31 to 40. Now listen carefully and answer questions 31 to 40. I've been doing some research into what people in Britain think of doctors, the ones who work in general practice, the first call for medical care, and comparing this with the situation in a couple of other countries. I want to talk about the rationale behind what I decided to do. Now, I had to set up my program of research in 3 different countries, so I approached postgraduates in my field in overseas departments, contacting them by email to organize things for me at their end. I thought I would have trouble recruiting help, but in fact, everyone was very willing, and sometimes their tutors got involved too. I had to give my helpers clear instructions about what kind of sample population I wanted them to use. I decided that people under 18 should be excluded because most of them are students or looking for their first job. And also, I decided at this stage just to focus on men who were in employment and set up something for people who didn't have jobs and for employed women later on as a separate investigation. I specifically wanted to do a questionnaire and interviews with a focus group. With the questionnaire, rather than limiting it to one specific point, I wanted to include as much variety as possible. I know questionnaires are a very controlled way to do things, but I thought I could do taped interviews later on to counteract the effects of this. And the focus group may also prove useful in future by targeting subjects I can easily return to, as the participants tend to be more involved. So I'm just collating the results now. At the moment, it looks as if in the UK, despite the fact that newspapers continually report that people are unhappy with medical care, in fact, it is mainly the third level of care, which takes place in hospitals, that they are worried about. Government reforms have been proposed at all levels, and although their success is not guaranteed, long-term hospital care is in fact probably less of an issue than the media would have us believe. However, I've still got quite a bit of data to look at. Certainly, I will need to do more far-reaching research than I had anticipated in order to establish if people want extra medical staff invested in the community, or if they want care to revert to fewer but larger key medical units. The solution may well be something that can be easily implemented by those responsible in local government, with central government support, of course. This first stage has proved very valuable, though. I was surprised by how willing most of the subjects were to get involved in the project. I had expected some unwillingness to answer questions honestly, but I was taken aback and rather concerned that something I thought I'd set up very well didn't necessarily seem that way to everyone in my own department. I thought you might also be interested in some of the problems I encountered in collecting my data. There were odd cases that threw me. One of the subjects who I had approached while he was out shopping in town decided to pull out when it came to the second round. It was a shame, as it was someone who I would like to have interviewed more closely. And one of the first-year students I interviewed wanted reassurance that no names would be traceable from the answers. I was so surprised, because they think nothing of telling you about themselves and their opinions in seminar groups. Then one of the people that I worked with got a bit funny. The questions were quite personal, and one minute he said he'd do it. Then the next day he wouldn't. And in the end, he did do it. It's hard not to get angry in that situation, but I tried to keep focused on the overall picture in order to stay calm. The most bizarre case was a telephone interview I did with a teacher at a university in France. He answered all my questions in great detail, but then when I asked how much access he had to dangerous substances, he wouldn't tell me exactly what his work involved. It was a real eye-opener. That is the end of section 4. You now have half a minute to check your answers. That is the end of the listening test. In the Ielts test, you would now have 10 minutes to transfer your answers to the answer sheet.
That's the 10-minute you will be getting in the paper-based exam, but in the CBT, CDLs, you will be having only 10 minutes to check your answers. So first I'll be going through the answers for question number 31 to 40, the one we are looking at the screen right now. So 31, the answer is B. In order to set up her research program, Shona got help from students in other countries. If anybody wants to, the answer is not right, want to ask, text me in the chat box and I'll be just telling you when they said the answer, right? And if it's all good, then I'll be keep moving. The 32, what types of people were included in the research? So men who were working. B again. 33, Shauna says that in her questionnaire, her aim was to get a wide range of data. That's 33A. 34 is, what do Shauna's initial results show about medical services in Britain? So that's 34th, and the answer to this one is A again. Current concern are misrepresented by the press, right? So 34 is A. 35, Shauna needs to do further research in order to, and the answer is C, identify, the spellings are wrong, ignore that please, the preferences of the public. So identify the preferences of the public. Then 36, Shona has learned from the research project that colleagues do not always agree. So the first two B, next two A, 35 6s, both are C. So these are the answers for the 31 to 36. Then now this is the matching one, 37 to 40. A person interviewed in the street, 37, decided to stop participating. The answer to this one is B. An undergraduate at the university was worried about confidentiality. So that is, what is the option number? F, right? That was for 38. 39, a colleague in her department kept changing their mind about participating. So that's D. 40th, a tutor in a foreign university refused to tell Shauna about their job. That's C. The last four are B, F, D, and C. All good with these 10? So what? Yeah. Yes, please. All good?
Yep.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Let's go to 31. Sorry, up to 21 to 30. Just a sec. Then after that, give me the total count in the chat box, please. What you scored, right? Okay, so here 21 is A, Queensland, where in Australia's have Asian honeybees found in the past. Then several problem with Asian honeybees that they carry parasites. They were talking about some mites, parasites, mites, one and the same thing. What point is made about Australian bees? 23C, they are sold to customers abroad. This is the point they have made about Australian bees. 24, Grant Freeman says that if Asian honeybees got into Australian, the country's economy would be affected. 24th is A, the first one. And then 25, the option here, birds called rainbow bee eaters eat only insects. It needs to be plural, INSECTS. And then researchers go to the location the bee eaters like to use for feeding, FEEDING, or maybe you have written eating, EATING. Both are correct. Not the both one, but either one you have written, it is correct. 27, they collect the pellets and take them to a laboratory for analysis, LABORATORY. Here, 28th is here, water is used to soften them, WATER. 29th, and the researchers look for their wings of Asian bees in the pellets. Wings, WINGS, plural. The benefit of this research is that the result is more reliable than searching for live Asian. RELIABLE, reliable, or either you have written accurate, ACCURATE. So either or will be correct, because as we can only give one, so reliable, accurate, and the other optional is feeding, eating. Besides that, those are okay. Now these all are the answers from question number 1 to 40. Count on your score and let's see how much you have got. 37, very nice. But yeah, this is less. If you guys, it's very simple mathematics. You 7 candidate, score always for 7.5, only then you'll be sure. 8, 8.5, so this need to be like your score. 21, I scored 5 out of 10. Okay, except everything is correct, so it's like 35 for you. So guys, send in the score, how much you got. Let's see. I'm not saying the names here, please, just I'm saying the scores.
I've sent my score, ma'am.
31. Okay, so you got like the 135 one, you got 8 band. 35 and 36 both, if you scoring that, you get 8, right? And after 36 it will be 8.5, and 37, that what I told you, and up to 32, like 30, 31, 32, these three scores will be giving you 7 band, and the 7.5 starts with 33 and ends with 34. And 31 is, again I told you, it will be in the same phase, 30 to 32, that is 7. And then someone is not there. Okay, fine. Okay, Gurpreet, okay, you from, and I'm a new student and I'm understanding and wanna. Okay, see here, this is the IELTS class. There won't be any spoken class available here. So if you want to practice the IELTS module every day, Monday to Friday, the timing is 2 to 4. That's the Melbourne time, and you need to check with your local timings. So you can attend the session, right, every day, and you'll be like learning from the scratch only. Any doubts, any clarification you need, definitely it'll be given there. Writing, we discuss the essay itself with the examples, with the ideas, letters also, the academic task 1 of academic also. So this is like how we go with our classes, and we do talk about the speaking as well. So everything is going to be discussed, but not from the beginning. It won't be like the spoken sort of thing. It will be only IELTS focused, like IELTS, that's what we prepare, right? So every day we'll practice with the new exam set.
Okay, ma'am. Ma'am, 2 to 4 India time?
No, it's 2 to 4 Melbourne time, 2 to 4. So you have to see what's the time there. I'll just tell you what's the time there, just a sec. Okay, it's 10:29 out there, so just 2 hours. Okay, 7:30 the class starts in the morning.
No, that's at 8:30 in the morning.
Yeah, somewhere around that, 8:30 in the morning the class start, and yeah, 2 hours. Yeah, 10:30 it will be over, right?
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay, and Khadim, what's your score? You haven't told that. So quiet. All right, you can type in. Okay, any question, guys, or can we end this session now?
Please.
Sorry, ma'am. Can you
Admin,
please add me in the WhatsApp group?
Yep,
Oh
same.
yeah, just a sec. I'll be just sending the link here. You just use the link and get yourself added, whosoever wants to, right? That will be more easy for me. So I'm quickly just giving you that link. Just a second, bear with me. So usually that's not so active group, but yes, whenever we have some updates regarding the test, like that what I'm talking about myself, I'll be keep posting, and student they do share, the links and the resources sort of things. You have something you can also share, and other people keep on sharing those things as well. So here, okay. Oh my god, I just not getting it. Where was that link for the WhatsApp group? WhatsApp link. Oh yeah, here it go. So IELTS class. Okay, there is the link, guys. It's WhatsApp chat group for the IELTS. So you can use this link and you'll be joined in, right? And sometime is there any update regarding the classes available, like off or some sort of that kind of thing? We also tell you there as well, inform you there so that you can come to know, because there is no other platform we can contact, right? So this is the one you can follow. All right, that's all for today. So copy it so that I can end the session right now. You done? I hope everyone copied it, right? So yeah, thank you very much. So I'm ending this session, guys. Yeah, see you tomorrow. The timing will be 2 to 4. Yeah, and we'll be doing some other item type for sure tomorrow. Okay, so till then, goodbye. Take care. So yeah, I'm ending this now. Bye
Thank
bye.
you.
Yeah, welcome. Bye bye.